If you've never used the quince that you've been producing in your garden, it may be a challenge that you're excited about approaching this year. The quince we have to look at are those that have come off the bush. However, if you have some that have already fallen, if they're not too shriveled and not too deteriorated, you can go ahead and use them in something like sauce or something where it's going to be cooked where the appearance of it is not going to be as important. However, if you're going to use them in sauce that you're going to plan to can, keep in mind that they're going to have a very high microbial count, so that you're going to want to peel them before you do anything like trying to can them and incorporating them in applesauce or a pear sauce, something along that line. You do want to look for those that are as yellow as possible, and a nice size will make it a little bit easier to work with, because they are very hard to work with as far as just simply being hard to cut in half, hard to core. It's one of the only fruits we have that doesn't soften as it matures and ages, so that even when they're completely ready to eat, they're going to be very hard, and you're going to need to cook them. One of the things that you're also going to want to look at is how you're going to store them. If they're not fully ripe, you can put them in a brown paper bag if you want to speed the ripening along. If you want them to ripen a little bit slower, you can put them in a cooler area, such as in a garage. If you've got a basement, that often works well as long as it's dry, and they'll mature slowly throughout the year. You will need to check them periodically, though, to make sure that they're not spoiling, and just like apples, one bad one can spoil the whole bunch. Once they are fully ripe, put them in a plastic bag in refrigerator temperatures, and they'll keep for several months in that way. Quince are real good for making jam. Like apples, they're very high in pectin content, but they also are very high in acid content. So simply boiling them down with sugar for a little while, you'll get a real good jam product. Often, because they are so tart, however, you may want to combine them with something like apples or pears to make sure that the flavor isn't too overwhelming. They do cook very well because they hold their shape. Unlike apples that are cooked long and slow, even the cooking apples, you'll find that quince hold their shape very well. They go real nice in stews and things like that. They do have a fragrance of their own. They will add fragrance to your room as you ripen them. They will also add a distinctive flavor and aroma and taste to the products that you cook them in. We have done some cooking products here that you can pick up recipes from your county extension office. We have a baked quince product as well as the preserved quince that you may pick up the recipes for. For Oklahoma Gardening, this is Barbara Brown.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.